instant reaction to Uncut Gems right now. Leaving the Alamo Draft House. Man, oh man, what an absolutely fun movie. The movie is meant to leave you disoriented, confused, grasping at straws. And it does exactly that. It's an adrenaline rush for the almost the entire 2 hours. It's awesome. Just overall impressions from it is that the way the Safdie brothers did everything to disordinate you and to confuse you in like a good way and leave you guessing about the characters going in and out and what possibly that he's going to do to try and solve his gambling debts is truly, truly well done. Adam Sandler as Howard is unbelievable. He's so good. And he's really, really good. He goes sometimes classic the Adam Sandler voice, just going just classic Adam Sandler screaming with the scratchy voice. But overall, Uncut Gems is as fantastic as it is because the tone it sets from the get-go is that it's going to be unique, it's going to be weird, and it's going to take you for a ride, and it does exactly that. I will admit that if you don't know gambling, and if you don't know the terms, and if you don't know the stakes, it can be a little bit confusing at times. But that's all right because the movie moves fast enough where it's not gonna pin you down in minutiae with the details. It's not gonna force you to understand what a parlay is and what the odds are and stuff like that, and what like the vig and stuff like that. It's not gonna make you worry about that. What carries you through the movie is the pace and the tone, and basically just the utter confusion that you feel going from scene to scene constantly. A couple scenes that really stick out. The scene with The Weeknd in the club when they turned on the black light and all the colors popped. That scene looked awesome. It looked so cool. And then you had Lakeith Stanfield playing Damani, who, I mean, whatever his relationship is with Howard is up for grabs by the end of that movie. But really, really cool scene there. The colors just incredibly popped, so that scene looked absolutely awesome. The closing 20 minutes with the Boston Celtics for 76ers Game 7 is riveting and extremely intense. I had two ladies next to me to my right who at the end of the movie were going, I don't know sports and I don't know gambling, but that ending was awesome. They literally said that out loud. And it was. Again, it could have drawn you even if you don't know those two things extremely thoroughly. I will say that the other four ladies to my left who were having a girls' night out, they said, quote, at the end of the movie, we cannot get those 2 hours back. That movie sucked. To which I say, I respectfully disagree, ladies. And if you weren't talking throughout the entire thing, maybe you'd appreciate it more. Oh, can you tell I didn't like them very much? They scoffed at me when I told them to be quiet at the start of the movie when they were talking still 2 minutes into the movie when people were talking in the movie. But they didn't like the movie. And again, this movie is not going to be for everybody. It is super weird, super disorienting. And if you like a straightforward story where you're introduced with characters, with exposition and stuff like that, it's not going to be the movie for you. But if you like just going on a wild ride, putting your hands inside the roller coaster and just letting the conductor of that roller coaster, whether it be that's in this case the directors of this movie, take you for a wild ride where you don't know the turn, you're basically like in Space Mountain and they're just taking you twist and turn left and right, up and down, and you hope that you land up in the same spot you began with at the end. And that's exactly what Uncut Gems does. In terms of the only scenes that kind of dragged a little bit, there may be a couple moments in the movie where I wish it picked up pace. The scenes with Idina Menzel, they didn't really do it for me. I don't know. I don't think she was bad as an actress. I don't think she was great either. I think she was just perfectly fine. But those were the scenes that dragged for me just a little bit. So that's really the only knock I have, that when she was on the screen, I wasn't necessarily enthralled. Though with that being said, she has some moments that are just absolutely, they're just really funny with the look that she gives Howard and the reaction she has to him saying things. So again, there are some bright spots for it, but it's not the moments that I loved of the movie most. Yeah, but I mean, overall, just Uncut Gems is really, really good. You can tell they shot on scene for the entire thing. You could tell the close claustrophobic quarters of the jewelry shops and the pawn shops. That was really well done. I like seeing Mohegan Sun, having been there before. They filmed at Mohegan Sun. You could absolutely tell. And that was really cool. I mean, you can't also talk about this movie without talking about Kevin Garnett, who's actually really good. I mean, everyone who says this movie says Kevin Garnett is really good. And guess what? He is. He is really good in this movie. He's not like hamming it up or anything like that. He belongs in the movie next to Adam Sandler. And you could tell when they had all their media interviews and stuff like that after this movie was released, and you could tell they got along, and the way they worked on screen, you could tell. It was just really, really well done. And the ending's going to be divisive, the very ending. With that being said, I loved it. I'm not going to spoil it for you here, but I absolutely loved it because it's symbolic of sports gambling and the highs and the lows and stuff like that. And you could be on top of your mountain, and then you could be taken down right away and in the darkest way possible. But I just think the movie was really, really good. Adam Sandler is really, really great. I can't rank him right now in terms of like top performances of the year, but it's definitely up there. It's definitely up there in terms of top performances this award season. He is really, really good. Unfortunately, just off the top, you know what, I am going to say it. Off the top of my head, I think he's going to kind of go into like the Eddie Murphy character of My Name is Dolomite, where it's a really, really good performance in a high-quality movie, but just not enough to crack into it. But you can argue it. I totally get it if you want to argue it. I totally get it. I don't know if anyone said the word sorry more times in the movie than Howard in this movie. So that's just pretty funny, but it's a really, really good performance. And when Adam Sandler goes serious sometimes, he really absolutely delivers, like Punch Drunk Love. So you know what? Go see Uncut Gems. Make up your own mind for it. I absolutely loved it. I'm a sucker. I like sports gambling. Don't do it because I'm employed at Iona College. There we go. But I also love the NBA. I love Kevin Garnett. It's about the Celtics. It's in my wheelhouse, and it delivers on all that fronts. So Uncut Gems, Stanko initial rating is an A-. A-. One of the better movies I've seen this award season. Just a very, very good movie that the directors knew what they wanted. They had a unique look for it, and they strapped you in and took you for a great ride. So I recommend Uncut Gems. Absolutely go see it. This has been Stanko Sands' instant reaction to Uncut Gems.